So a few weeks ago, it came out that in New York City, I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but it was making its rounds on the internet, and as a New Yorker, I was shocked and scared a little bit. There are signs that showed Trump supporters with their MAGA hats crossed out saying, "Keep New York City trash free." This is so eerie. For the left claiming to be all about love, tolerance, acceptance, and diversity, this is purely bigotry. They appeared to be funded by New York City, but upon research I found out it was just a street artist who decided to do some guerrilla art. So I was like, whew, good thing it's not really New York City saying this. Winston Tang is relatively new on the art scene, and the commercial artist and art director has also created his 2D characters on canvases and skate decks that depict the abridged characteristics of a typecast to play with the emotions and opinions of passerby. The artist made a few different works as well as the "Keep Trash Out of New York City" posters. He created a Sean Hannity poster in a sexual position with what appears to be Trump, but even the left were unimpressed by this. Stop making homosexuality a punchline. How is sucking activism? It's blatant homophobia. You are posting under the guise of activism. His newest pieces on the street are pasted on garbage cans and feature people in red caps identified with the "Make America Great Again" slogan that Trump supporters are known to sport. In recent years, using the word trash has gone from campy to outright degradation and classism, but the artist says he's just venting his personal frustration at thoughts and ideologies rather than actual people. This seems like it's inciting violence on actual people to me. The male in a muscle t-shirt has a Confederate flag tattooed in a heart shape on his bicep and is sipping from a Chick-fil-A cup while the woman is holding a Bible under her arm. I mean, could you imagine if we put up posters and it happened to be a Quran under a woman with a hijab's arm? Yeah, I wonder how that would turn out. Both are stereotyped images of so-called Trump voters that play dangerously into the urge to simplify or brand an entire group of people in a degrading way. Then again, humor and insult are often found to coexist in satire. Oh, interesting. Now they understand humor and satire. Funny, because a lot of the times they really don't get it, and we get attacked for that. I thought humor and satire was lost on the left. I thought that they didn't realize that sometimes it can be edgy and dark. I tried to reach out to Winston, but I got no reply. I mean, that seems to be typical, as I'm very familiar with the art scene in New York City, and they don't take very kindly to me. But on the website brooklynstreetart.com, there was an interview, and I think we can get a little more information from this interview. Brooklyn Street Artist said, "So that brings us to the new series you just created and installed. Your subjects are white people only, and you are calling them trash." Winston said, "I wouldn't say it's meant to represent all Caucasians, but certainly they are meant to portray a certain demographic. In this case, a segment of white people that I personally believe the posters accurately reflect. The statistics are there that a lot of Trump supporters who wear the MAGA hats come from red states from the South and are Christian evangelicals." Wow, interesting that they can use statistics to identify a demographic and explain the traits of certain people. He tries to use statistics to do a blanket statement and stereotype white people or Trump supporters. But isn't that interesting? Because when we try to use statistics and say that certain groups tend to do certain things or tend to be a certain way, it's suddenly racist. Interesting that they get to do that to white people. I know some other quantifiable facts, but I'm not allowed to say that. I'm not sure where Winston is from, but both Trump and I are born and raised in New York. There are plenty of Trump supporters in New York, and if you look at the voting map of New York State, you can see that the whole state, including parts of Brooklyn and Staten Island, are red. This is the common misconception. We are a red state, but it's just New York City with all of the people there that turn the state blue. These types of people are completely ignorant to the fact that there are Trump supporters in New York. Most of the state doesn't really care too much for city folk anyway. And no, we aren't evangelicals. This is all so judgmental and stereotypical. I thought that the left were against stereotypes and being judged. Are these posters a direct critique on Trump's policies and ideologies? Winston said, yes, but I feel like criticizing Trump because he kind of doesn't seem to really believe strongly in any ideologies or policy is not the source of the issue in my mind. The source of the issue is the segment of America who supports him and authorizes him to make the decisions he makes. I'm not sure if he believes strongly in them or if he's just pandering and just wants to win a popularity contest among certain demographics. Well, I thought Hillary won the popularity contest. I think that there's a lot of anti-Trump artwork out there, but taking a step back, one realizes that he is not doing this on his own, and the same goes with the policies he announces where he just tells people what they want to hear. Okay, so he doesn't have any policies or strong ideologies, but the left are always saying that he's literally Hitler and that his supporters are Nazis. Okay, yeah, no ideology, sure. And yes, there is a lot of anti-Trump artwork out there, and that is all they can do. And it's so cliche, it's a trope, and it's boring. If you want to see more from me and the rest of the Rebel team, like and subscribe.